I start with a few numbers, a few facts. Population of Switzerland is 9 million people at the moment. We have a size of about 42,000 square kilometers, which is 54 times Singapore. So 54 times this little red dot. GDP is 885 billion US dollars per year. That was last year, and per capita income is about 100,000 US dollars per capita, as it says. When you look at some of the indexes, for example, the WIPO World Innovation Index, Switzerland is number one. When you look at the IMD Lausanne, the World Competitive Index, Switzerland is number two. I let you guess who's number one. It's Singapore. On the UNDP World Human Development Index, Switzerland is number one. So Gini coefficient, that should also mention, may be important. The number is 31, which is relatively low, which means that the income disparity in Switzerland is relatively low. So all in all, you can say, when you just look at the numbers, you can say a country that does well. Switzerland was founded in 1848. A result of a revolution in Switzerland, not a very bloody one. I think about 150 people died in 1848. And a new order was established. And the new order was liberal. We were a democracy, and we was a market economy. The right to property guarantee, the freedom, the individual freedoms guarantee, and one currency, and a reduction of internal taxes that existed before, customs duties. So it was one economic zone as of 1848. And when you compare that to all the revolutions that were happening in the 1830s and 1840s in Europe, you could see that those were not successful in general. And so we had, I would say, an early head start in the 19th century, that we had not liberal in the sense we would understand it today, but a relatively liberal order with the freedom to property, or the right to property guarantee, the freedom, the individual freedoms guarantee, and one currency, and a reduction of internal taxes that existed before, customs duties. So it was one economic. Well, title today is the secrets of Swiss economic. When you look at some of the indexes, for example, the WIPO World Innovation Index, Switzerland is number one. On the UNDP World Human Development Index, Switzerland is number one. So all in all, you can say, when you just look at the numbers, you can say a country that does well, that was successful in the past, and that has particularly economically done well, and it had a very good trickle-down effect also to the whole population. So what were the ingredients of Switzerland's economic success? We had a strategic location because we were sitting in the middle of Europe. And when you widen the view a bit of the map, you will see in the middle of Europe, but there's something French economic historians call blue banana. The blue banana is an area of very high development, of economic development, high population density, of a place of innovation. And that blue banana in England, in London, comes down over France to the Benelux countries, through Germany, through Switzerland to the north of Italy. Slam dunk in a way for Singapore. The European Union is not so happy with that relationship. They think we are cherry picking. Relationship with the European Union, it's our biggest economic partner by far. A very good access to the single market, but it's a sectorial access. So trading goods is absolutely liberalized. And then we have free movement of labor, for example, financial services we don't. And we're in discussions with them to conclude some new agreements, and this is now part of the negotiations right now. And in a way, you will have to balance the trade-off. In a way, you have to give up some sovereignty, because we will have to adopt EU legislation, or not legislation that is not made by us, but that can come from Brussels. But in turn, we get a much better access to more of the single market, and we have a relationship with the EU that is clear. So that is the trade-off we are having, people, because there will be certainly a vote on that. We will vote on that probably 2026.